Hello, my fellow car modelers. How are you doing today? We're going to talk about my favorite glue that so many people can't stand.
What?
And I used to hate it too.
Wait, what?
But I'm going to show you where I was making a mistake, and I think you are too.
Oh, it's...
That you'll find out this glue is incredible. So let's check it out. So this glue that I'm talking about is Tamiya Extra Thin. Now I like, as you can see, the quick setting. I'm not huge on the regular extra thin, but this is still going to work for the same thing. But most people I see over on the face box, they complain about this stuff. They give this a try. They don't understand. You put it on, it evaporates before I can stick anything together. Because like you, I was doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. And that's okay. I'm here to show you how to correctly use this stuff. And you start using this stuff, I'm guarantee you are going to love it. This is my go-to glue now. CA glues, they have their uses, but I've really backed away from CA glues. This is really my main glue. The one thing I can't stand about this stuff, it's mostly my fault, and you've heard me complain, is I'm constantly leaving the cap off. This stuff evaporates so fast, and I go through bottles of this stuff more than I would as a modeler.
Ah! No!
I really have changed some ways of doing things where I keep this cap on. Got to do that. This stuff is great. You're going to love it. Let me just get down. We're going to point the camera down. We're going to do some gluing. It's so easy, and you're going to find this stuff just can sit. You can use it for so many things in bonding and filling and everything. This is a wonderful little chemical. I love it. There's a lot of other types like this. This is my favorite because I love how fast it bonds, and it's really nice. But let's just show you. I'm going on and on about it, but let's take a look at it. Here it is. That's what I use right there. Okay, so I've got my Tamiya Extra Thin Quick Set, and I don't use, let's open this. I don't keep the brush that's usually on there. I take it off and I kind of put it on something that I can handle a little better and get way down in there. It gets a little nerve-wracking just using that. And this is really the way to go. First of all, this glue does not work on any painted or chrome-plated parts. It has to be actual styrene to styrene for it to work. Okay? And you got to work kind of fast, but you'll get the flow of it. But this is where people make their mistake. They treat it like the way you treat CA glue, and you get it and you get this stuff and you put it in the area you want to go, right? Like that, and then you go ahead and you grab your part and you kind of take your time with it, and you go ahead and you go, it's not really sticking well. That's really not the correct way to use this stuff. Now, something I do, especially if you have, like, I got pegs and holes, so I see the holes right there. I'll go ahead and I'll fill those holes because this stuff evaporates quick. That's where people have the problem. Right there, I'll just get that. This is the part that I'm going to be sticking on here. We're going to just get it on in there and hold it for a few. This is what I love about the quick set. It kind of works quick, but it's that simple. But here's the real trick. You want to take it, and you just want to get a little, and you want to be careful because this stuff will work if you're familiar with like using your panel liner. It does the same thing because it's like water. And you just get in there in your area, like here, right there is where we want to run some of the glue down in there, and it just goes right in between. Do you see that? I'll do it again for you. It just shoots right in there. Okay? That's really the trick to it. Now this stuff, and you can see it's on there. It's pretty good. And there's another joint right there. You go ahead, you just hit all your joints. You get up in there. Let's go ahead and just trip it in there. You got to be careful. I got a little dab right there. Take a little piece of paper, paper toweling, kind of get that off because it gets all over the place and will mess up the styrene. So you got to be really careful where it flows. But it's pretty much there. What I like about the quick set is it sets pretty fast. But what I really dig about it is it softens up the styrene and it kind of gives you some movability. So if you don't have it in the exact right spot, you got your it's all set in there, but it's still kind of pliable. It's movable for a while. You can work with it. So let's go ahead and, you got all of this to do. I'm going to go ahead and hit a couple of spots here. Those 2 areas that we hit before, and you got, like I said, I like to fill those up because you pull it up in there, then it stays for a while. See right in there? Those are all the connecting points that we're going to, just a couple of, not every single one. I'm not going to worry about every single one. And then we're going to take this and we're going to start fitting it all together. All the different joints to where we have, just kind of start getting everything connected. Okay. Now you see this spot right here. Sometimes you want to take a rubber band and hold it, but like this, again, I'm back to saying how I love the quick set. Just holding it for some time with my fingers. I haven't really edited this. I want to do it all in real time. You see the line right in there? I'm just going to shoot some down into that. And you just hold it and it stays together. And I really like this stuff because it fuses the styrene together. Let's get up in there, get that thing there going. On these Silvino's JR Models Indy cars, this is a hard part to get to close up. And because of its shape, like lots of times I use these clamps and you want to clamp it down. Of course this clamp is messed up, but there's nothing to hold on to. It gets, you see that? It just wants to fly off. So you kind of got to sometimes use tape or something. But get up in there, squeeze it together and hold on because it wants to spring out. See, but you can kind of see how it's getting kind of gummy in there, and the can you see that? It's softening up the styrene where it's going to fuse together lots of times in something like that. And you have time, even though it's this quick set, it stays soft for a while. I'm going to take a little bit of tape here. And I'm just going to see if I can get it to wrap around a little and hold that together. There we go. See down there? See how we got that taped together right there? Because this is a gap right here you keep. It's the right there that needs to be sticking together. So the tape is going to hold that together. And I'm just going to kind of close it right there. But everything else is, and I haven't even finished really gluing because you still want to kind of hit, like, if you can get it on the inside, the better. Just hit that. See the center there? Just get some of the glue in there because you don't want to try to start hitting, even though you got to get up in here. This is kind of still not glued together. You want to get in there. You don't want the glue on the outside. But there you go. Because it can mess up your styrene a bit. But see how we got that all glued together? And then you'll end up sanding your line out too. You want to work that out too with some sanding paper. This side here has this kind of hide your division line here. Once you get parts on here, all these division lines from the two halves being put together vanish under other parts. But you can kind of sit there and it's pretty solid. This is good glue. This is really excellent glue, and it's very easy to use. You just got to understand it evaporates quick, and the proper way of using it is little areas, get it together, and then, like I said, you get in there. There's your secret right there. As you see that parting line right there, you just start letting it kind of with that capillary action that you do when, like, you're using panel liner. Let it run down in the channel and hold it together, and it sticks. And like I said, that's what I love about the quick setting. But like I also said, even though it bonds pretty fast, you got some time to move things around if they don't have things in their exact spot. Like I still got some I can kind of squeeze this and feel some loose areas. So I can hit more areas like in here and up in there with some of the glue, get this kind of more together. But here, let's take this off and see how that held together. That part, yeah, it's still a little premature. You see how it takes a while. It's good to, like, for about a good hour, want to keep that clamp together. So I'm going to try to tape it together. And that's it, man. This stuff is good. That's how you use it. And it bonds all the plastic together, all the styrene. It fuses it together. Now, right now, the best thing to do, now that I've gotten it glued together, is to just let it sit for about an hour. Keep these closed, because this stuff evaporates quick. But that's it. It's really easy to use. It's super great glue. But again, you don't use it on resin parts, and you don't use it on any painted parts or chrome parts. You know, there's still a place for CA glue, but quite honestly, you know, my CA glues, my super glues, I don't really use them as much as I used to. This has become my main bonding agent in building my models. So there you go. Did that prove it enough to you that this glue works? Look at that. It's together. There you go. Simple as that. And now we can have fun building model cars. Why? 'Cause they're fun, right? Here's the producers.